Hello, everyone, and welcome to Deadly Dungeon, a community dungeon show presented by Regal Goblins and hosted by me, Nik Bowen, or Apollo Nik. Today, for our 7th episode of Deadly Dungeon, we have our 5th party that the dungeon will eventually claim, I'm sure. And they're already up to no good with their names and their movement around our map here. Let's introduce our players and our characters. Let's start going left to right. We have the one, the only Koibu.
Hello, everybody. I am Tam. I am a dungeon inspector. I'm a necromancer by trade, but been hired by OSHA to help, make sure all the dungeons are up to code, that the monsters have the right access to rights, that there are posters posted in every break room allowing monsters to know what their rights and responsibilities are here in the office places, and also to make sure that we're not dealing with some crumbling infrastructure. It just wouldn't do to have a wall fall on a gelatinous cube while it's just patrolling. And gelatinous cubes can't move that quickly. So if a wall is falling, it might actually not be able to move out of the way of the falling wall. So it's very important that all of our workers are treated with dignity and respect. And that's why we're coming into this dungeon to figure out what's going on. And also, I think there were some incompetent posers who were like wannabe OSHA instructors who came by and all got slaughtered and destroyed. And they're giving us a bad name. We don't want to associate with those people very strongly. Anyway, I'm Tam, the gnome necromancer.
Wonderful.
This is my son, who I'm bringing to work today, Tim.
Hello, I'm Crazy, and I'll be playing Tim Wright, the GM. He's a sorcerer, and he's here to see what's up with this job. Dad's always when you grow up, you'll have to become a dungeon inspector. And all I want to do is play video games. Dad never understands.
Please, Dad, why can't you just let me play video games?
Yeah, Dad.
You get some hands-on instructions
on LOL.
Show you what it's like. Get some real skills in here.
Well, one day I'll become a professional.
Oh my God.
Let's see.
Learn a trade, son.
All right. Next, we have Ignorance.
Yeah, today I will be playing Tom Freemason, a half-elf paladin of OSHA, and I will just be helping my fellows along here with all the prior to mentioned, safety regulations and such. Nothing much else to say, really. Though I will also be, maybe just a little bit more critical than the others on some of these regulations. I will let nothing slip past my two great keen half-elven eyes.
Very good. You're very certified.
I'm the stickler of the group, The others might be a bit lax here and there, but I make sure that everything's on the up and up.
How many times have you received Employee of the Month there, Tom?
Oh, I don't even remember anymore. After 100 or so, you stop counting, right?
Oof. Yeah. That'd be a lot to keep track of. All right, and finally, but certainly not least, we have Tom Freemason.
Yes, brother to Tom or Tim or whichever one we are. Yes, I am playing Tom, the cleric of, as fits with my inspector role, the Order Domain. Some people just follow the OSHA rulebook, but not me. I am imbued powers by the goddess OSHA herself, and I have come to this dungeon with my companions and my brother, this team of inspectors, to, we'll say, pick up the slack left behind by the previous group, go in, make sure everything's up to code, follow the tenets of OSHA, and just figure out what the heck's going on down here.
Yeah. So last week we had a group with a very similar group theme. Some OSHA inspectors that came in and found lots and lots of violations before they were promptly slaughtered. But they managed to get a message out to the man in charge, the CEO or the top inspector. Is that one of you?
Well, I might be the longest employed person here at this company. but we're really more of an organization. There's not really much of a boss, just guidelines that we follow from the Great Divine. Maybe the cleric is more of our true leader, just the longest lived employee.
Yeah, much more flat organization chart under her divinity, Osha. Wonderful.
Yeah, Tom is the first among equals. Maybe.
Excellent. All right. Well, with all of that out of the way, let's go ahead and hop into our dungeon here.
Let's go.
Okay. Bring us all over here. You all see your characters all right there?
Yes.
Wonderful. So, as we always do with Deadly Dungeon, we're going to go ahead and roll initiative to place us in our turn orders. And then we'll go from there. So, I believe we're missing Tom. If you go ahead and click your character, there should be an initiative button that pops up in either the top left or bottom left corner of your screen.
I already rolled it, but I re-rolled because I forgot to click the token.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah.
Well, we can give you your first roll.
Okay.
That works. All right. So, all of you, we are not on round 63. We are on round 0. 63 is the number to beat, apparently. So, you all find yourselves conscious, awake suddenly, in a strange stone room with marble tiled floors. In front of you is a severe OSHA violation. The wall appears to have collapsed from the ceiling and the wall and caved into this room, which has 2 bookcases behind you, 4 torches on the walls, emitting light but consuming no fuel that you can see. And then there is this other great violation, another broken wall revealing a secret passage to your, let's call, east. Tom, what do you do?
Well, I look around and I kind of comment to, looking over to Tom, and I say, do you think this wall was the work of some great foul beast or just the last, group of incompetents that came through? And after making that remark, I guess you said these are bookshelves?
Yes, there are 2 behind you.
Okay, in that case, I will move on over to this one, and I'll just kind of look through it and see what there is in the bookshelf.
Yeah. How much time are you going to spend taking a look here?
Well, probably the rest of my round.
Okay. Yeah, you look over the spines of all of these neatly organized books of many colors and many types of leather. Many of the titles you can read and are in the languages that you can speak and read. Others are not, but there is a common theme here of great tales and stories of heroes and champions, even villains, just people who performed great deeds in the face of adversity.
Okay, well, I have one additional question about these books.
Sure.
Would any of these be well decorated enough with either some sort of gold or silver linings or anything like that to maybe to have considered to have a treasure value of some sort?
Let's circle back around to that on your next turn.
Okay, sure.
How about you, Tom? What are you up to?
I nod as Tom, makes this observation about, this collapse. And I say, yeah, well, it sounds like the last group that came through didn't do too well, so I wouldn't be surprised if there was their work. We got to keep our eyes open, keep our hard hats on, and maybe we'll just make it through this place alive. And for my action, I will cast Aid at 3rd level. So I'll chat real quick.
Wow.
And I will target myself, Tom, and Tam. And all 3 of us, because I cast at 3rd level, our max HP increases by 10.
Wow.
And that will last for 8 hours.
Okay. When you cast this at 3rd level or higher, you increase an additional 5 points for each slot above 2nd. So yeah, that is 10 increased max HP for each of you. Tom, Tam, and Tum, but not Tim.
Correct.
I'm left alone, not part of the team.
Ooh. Bummer. Okay, I'm gonna just go ahead and increase your max HPs here. Meanwhile, we have Tim next.
Yeah. I'll look around, see where we are, and then look at my dad, and use my action to cast the message cantrip.
Mm.
And gonna message him, Dad, when did you say we can go home?
Are we there yet?
And that's my turn.
Wonderful. Am.
I will ignore Tim. Mumble to myself about the obvious violation of the stone right here, and come over and wave my hand near or above one of these lights to see if it's producing any heat with it.
None.
Well, at least they're up to standard energy consumption codes. It seems like a greenhouse gas, or a green source of energy that isn't going to produce any additional heat. That doesn't mean we don't need any cooling requirements. There's rocks on the floor. God, someone's going to have to write this up. Tim, make a note of all the rocks on the floor. This is a hazardous working area. What's over here?
As you head over here, you find yourself in a very subterraneous cavern, just very unsmooth stone, rocky, cracks everywhere, even on the floor and particularly on the ceiling. But yeah, the passage opens up to the left and to the right. You peer each direction that seem to go some ways in, and to your left or north, you can see faintly a lever.
I'll have to investigate if these are decorative cracks or structural cracks. I mumble to myself as I approach one of them and begin to inspect it.
We'll come back to your investigation. Or wait, no, you haven't used an action yet, have you?
I think I had to dash to get here.
Okay, we'll come back around to that. Meanwhile, Tom, you are searching for a treacherous, valued tome or story. Can you give me an investigation check as you look around?
Sure.
Unfortunately, none of these appear to have any particular wealth, greater than any of the other books. They just appear to be storybooks here.
Okay. Wait, remind me again, what is my normal movement in a round?
Yeah, so if you look on your character sheet, you can see your speed right above your hit points, and next to your initiative and armor class, you have 30.
So 30 feet.
Yes, which would be 6 squares. A really cool trick in Roll20, if you click and hold on your character token, and I'm going to demonstrate on Tum. If you click and hold with the left and then move to another square and then click with the right, a couple times, you can path movement and then release to kind of show that movement to everybody.
Okay, I see.
Yeah. Exactly.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I guess I just move and join Tam over here towards this cavernous subterranean space. And as I walk there, I kind of kick around a few of the pieces of rubble to see if I can maybe distinguish somehow what exactly it is that made this wall fall down. Was it a shoddy construction? Was it, brute force applied to it? What exactly made this happen,
That will require another investigation check, which we can do on your next turn.
Sure.
That's okay. You all are here. You know what you need to be looking for. You know what you need to be doing. I appreciate the hustle.
Yeah, seeing, doesn't seem like there's much else to do in this room. The bookshelves look to be pretty sturdy, if not securely fastened to the walls, but it's very obvious we have bigger problems in this place, so we can't dwell on this.
Certainly.
So I will also make my way out. Okay, don't really see too much from here. I think I'll just take a few more steps down. Don't want to get too far ahead. I think I'll end there. Just on my toes, keeping an eye out, watching the ceiling, because I don't believe these are decorative cracks one bit.
No, they do not appear to be. All right, Tim, your
All right.
father is ignoring you and just going to work.
It's
Will,
fine.
will you observe, or do you have other things on your mind?
I'll run past Tim to my dad and tell him, Dad, can you hold these items for me? And how are you gonna do trading? Can I just delete stuff from my character and he can add it?
Yes.
Okay,
Of course,
get
son.
it, Neil. Get my gold, 30 gold.
Mm-hmm.
You can also have my 50 GP diamond. Note that
All
down.
right.
And my healer's kit.
What are you bringing these things in here if you're not going to be using them? I mean,
can have
it's
'em.
fine. It's fine.
And I'm gonna stay here.
Okay.
That's my turn.
Tim, would you go stand over next to that lever over there? We're gonna have to see what's going on down to the south, and we might need you to be holding on to something. So just go stand next to the lever and think about how integrity. Think about integrity, son. And I'm gonna use my action to
Okay.
inspect the crack here.
All right. That would be an investigation check. Yeah, you know, the cracks, they, you know, so when you look at like the foundations of houses, you know, there's cracks, and sometimes that just happens because stuff shifts and moves, and then there's like structural breaks. It's really hard to tell which these are.
Goes in kind of.
Yes.
Can't get enough light over here. Damn it, where's the flashlight? I don't know if we deal with this later. I'll find another crack that's a little bit easier to read. Grumble to myself, and then I'll use my 25 feet of movement because I'm a gnome over here.
Okay. And that will bring us to Tom.
Yeah, Tom once again kind of is looking at these, bricks that have fallen over the wall that used to be here, and I would now like to do that investigation check if possible.
Yes, absolutely.
I do not like that this is at -1 for me.
Okay, a 12. Yeah, it looks similar. You deduce there probably was some sort of seismic event that happened that both brought down the wall and the ceiling in the starting room, and it certainly had an effect here. But the walls here and the fact that these caves are here, or at least there's a lot of stone, kind of prevented a lot of major cave-in here. But some sort of seismic event brought down this wall. There doesn't appear to be any mortar or grout in between the stones, so they're sitting very loosely. It's pitiful.
I see. Grumbling about not following proper, zoning instructions on where to build with how much of a reinforcement needed. I move over to here, and that was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I should be able to. Can I stand in the same square as someone, or should I just remain here?
We try not to
Okay.
in the system. Usually I think the rules say you shouldn't end your turn in another character's square. Sometimes that can happen forced. It can be forced by other circumstances, and in which case you would be squeezing and have disadvantage. Both of you would have disadvantage on all of your actions.
Gotcha. In that case, I'll just walk here and I guess end my turn. I have nothing else to do.
Okay. Tom.
I will continue forward, Tam in front, Tom behind. We gotta maintain some social distancing here as per OSHA protocol. So I'll keep going forward.
You come around the corner and you see a lever. You also see a grated door between a small slit in the cavern. On either side of it, sticking out of the stone, are 2 more sconces, though these are not emitting light.
I think I will just move. I'll go up to here, just peering through the bars, trying to see if I can see anything beyond, I guess.
Yeah, the cavern continues and turns. It goes north a little bit and then turns to the east again. Can't really see very far through there.
Okay. That's my turn.
All right, Tim, everyone else is going the other way, but you've been instructed to head north and go hold a lever and think about integrity.
I'll tell my dad, Dad, I'm gonna go solo top lane. You guys handle bot lane. Go 3 lane.
Wonderful. Now, Tim, when your dad said integrity, did he mean like structural integrity or did he mean like integrity of character?
He meant to not disappoint him, I guess. Family name, right?
I am damn right.
Dad, you're embarrassing me. Anyway. I'll pull the lever.
Okay, as you begin to pull the lever, you feel a very heavy resistance against you. It will actually take a strength check to pull this lever back.
I'll get there.
You do not muster enough strength to pull the lever. It does.
Don't worry, Dad, I got it. And that's it.
All right, Tam.
Just pull the lever. We'll come over here, and I'll pull this lever, and you'll pull that lever, and we'll all pull the levers at the same time. And I will attempt to pull this lever while I yell at my son to pull his lever.
Strength check, please.
You know, I'm not going to quite do it yet. Where the hell's my other employee?
Well,
I'm
actually,
missing an employee.
I think I misspoke. I think this could be athletics if you have additional
Tom,
points there.
Where are you, Tom? Get your ass over here. They got a whole dungeon to inspect. I'll wait for
On my
Tom.
way.
Appearance.
You hear a shout come around from the corner. Okay. And I guess it's my turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, and I can't make it further than that, so I guess that's where I'm gonna end my turn.
Yeah.
Or, wait, is there any 2E equivalent of double moving here?
Yes,
Or...
if you use your action to dash, you double your speed. And you...
Oh, okay, so I could just do that this round instead,
Yes.
and just move a few extra squares? Okay, in that case, I'll make my way to here. I do believe that is legit.
Okay.
And, is readying an action or...
Yes, yes. Okay. Readying an action requires both your action and your reaction.
Okay, gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
Then that's all for me.
Yeah. Okay, and that brings us to Tum.
All right. Cracks my back. You know, got to stretch first. You know, don't want to pull anything on the job site. And I will grab the lever and try and pull it back.
Okay.
Not very strong.
You can give me athletics. I should have had you all doing athletics to begin with.
Well, not very good.
The lever is rather obstinate. It does budge a little bit, though, but you are unable to pull it back.
Wow.
Unless there's anything else, that brings us back to Tim.
Ashamed of my failure, I'm gonna use the whole body to pull the lever this time.
Okay.
Dad, this is way too hard.
Apply yourself. Here, on the count of 3, we'll pull it together, son. Put your back into it this time. And I will ready an action to pull the lever, which will, count down to 3 so we can time them in sequence.
Sure. Down here, you also, you and Tum could do this together, which would not require an action. I think 2 people can pull these levers.
Okay.
All right. So you ready an action to pull the lever, Tom? Your working companions are struggling.
They're struggling. Can I just, even though they're readying their actions to do that, can I just go and try it anyway?
Sure.
Okay.
So I'm counting down to 3, and you just walk up and pull the lever.
Yeah.
Before I get...
Exactly. I walk up over here. This is in range to pull it, or do I need to actually be on top?
I think you can squeeze in there and pull it. That's fine.
Okay. And it's an athletics check?
Yes.
Okay. Oh my God.
You shove your teammates out of the way, ruining their chances of this coordinated effort, interrupting the countdown, and you also struggle with the lever.
I still have some of my movement, right?
Yes.
We can split up movement in 5th edition, right?
Yes.
Yeah. I'll just walk back here. Facing away from them, kind of just, staring forwards, looking into the future instead. Yeah. And that's it for my turn.
All right. Tum.
Okay. I guess clearly these levers malfunction because whoever used them previously didn't operate them correctly, and now we have to suffer the consequences. And I guess seeing or hearing Tam counting down, seeing that he's at the ready, I will, grip the lever. And I guess I'll also just hold my action for when Tam pulls it, and for when Tim pulls it, I will also pull this one.
All right. Tim, there was a countdown, and then it was interrupted. Here you are.
Confused? I'll pull it again.
Athletics check.
Oh,
Wow! Getting all these bad rolls out of the way, y'all. Good for you.
I should have really not skipped those push-ups every day.
Mm-hmm.
Really leg day that you out, but c'est la vie. Damn.
3.
All right. You all do not need to make any effort here because you have Tum also helping you out down here. So you both pull the lever, and a couple things happen at once. You begin to hear the sound of chains moving, mechanical whirring of gears, and suddenly the sconce on the right side, both down here at this gate to the south and the gate to the north, flicker on. The lever resists you both, but with both of you here, you can hold it in place easily. So,
Tim, how's that lever coming?
I'm working on it.
Well, work harder. Put your back into it, son.
anything from you, Tom?
I'll ready an attack to attack anything that might somehow appear from this direction.
Okay, ready an attack. What are you wielding?
I am wielding a warhammer in one hand and the other a shield.
Okay. Tum, you and Tam are holding the lever here.
Yeah. I'll just hold it, just grumbling about, how I never agreed with bring your child to work day, but here we are. So I'll just hold on to it and just wait to, see what happens with the other one, other lever.
All right, and that brings us back to Tim, all by himself.
I'll put my back on it.
Struggling with the lever. And with a 15, you are able to pull the lever. You're not quite sure what the challenge was the first time, or the first couple times. And over here, you once again hear the sound of machinations and chains moving, and suddenly the light of the sconce flickers on. And as soon as the second sconce lights up, the gate swings open. For you up here, as well as down to the south. The gate swings open, nearly striking Tom as it just flies open.
Yeah, but as it flies open, do I hear any sort of creak to it, or is it properly oiled at least?
Ooh, there is definitely a squeak. Meanwhile, Tam and Tum, you no longer feel like the lever pulling back. It has locked into place. Meanwhile, Tim, would you like to use any movement?
I use 5 feet to get closer to the door, but that's it for this round.
All right.
Tam is going to... not do anything. I'm done.
Tom will take one careful tentative step forward. Everything seems fine.
Yes. For a moment, everything seems fine, and then you begin to feel a low tremor. It starts very, very faintly at first, and then it begins to grow, and soon everything is shaking. And suddenly, behind you, in the passageway that whence you came, you begin to hear like really sharp crack, crack, and then boom, a loud crumbling sound as there is a cave-in suddenly, and dust just billows out towards you all from around the corner. Tim, you are just like surrounded by like rocky dust in the air that lingers and swirls. And then all is quiet again as the earth settles.
Somewhat unsettled, Tom turns around a bit, looks back at his, comrades in arms, and says, "Should we head on further?"
Of course,
Okay, and he.
but not too far.
Yeah, he will take another step forward. Everything seemed fine so far.
Yeah.
Okay.
You look out ahead of you, and all you see is the cavern just kind of just wave and ebb on either side of you as it moves deeper and deeper into the earth.
4, 5, and 6. And I think I'll stop there. And since I've only used my movement, I'll still be able to ready an attack, right?
Yes, you can use your
Yeah,
action.
I'll ready an attack for anything coming towards my way that isn't an ally.
Sure. Tom.
All right. I'll shout back down the tunnel, say, Tim, if you can hear me, make your way to us, or I don't know. This place is rife with danger and violations, and I'll also start making my way up a little bit. Not really seeing too much. So it's 10, 15, 20, 25 if I can stand in that square.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. And yeah, I will ready a Sacred Flame against the first non-inspector that I see.
Very carefully
Not an
articulated. Inspector goblins pop out around all of the corners.
Oh no.
Your rivals. Tim,
Oh wait, I cast Fly.
you cast Fly.
Yep.
Okay.
Using one of my 3rd level spells.
All right. Tim is now flying. Okay, so you are now concentrating for 10 minutes. Put a concentration marker on you, and we are only on round 6, so it'll be round 106 when this ends.
Right, and I get 60 foot of movement now instead of.
Yeah. I'm just going to make an extra copy
I
of
see.
you over
I
here.
see.
We can add to the initiative tracker. Okay. All right, you have 60 feet of movement.
Right. Gonna move 35 here. 40.
Okay.
And 60.
All right, you begin flying through the
Yeah, try not to
cavern.
touch the ceiling or the walls. Try
Yes.
to stay as far from the walls and the ceiling as possible.
Yes.
And the floor.
It's not really clear how you're propelling yourself, but that's magic for you. You move through and avoid all of the surfaces.
No, and that's it. I use all my movement and my action.
All right, Tam.
Tim! Tim! We found a passageway forward. Get over here. Tim! Tim! Hold on, guys. I'm sorry. We gotta wait for Tim to show up. I don't know where he is. He's adopted, all right? Look, he's not my...
Fuck.
Wow.
Wow, what an admission to your coworkers, Tam. Okay. Anything from you besides this movement?
No. I'm already in action to firebolt something that I think might be a threat.
Okay. All right, and that brings us to Tom.
Yeah, Tom will just keep readying an attack right here. And nothing else.
Okay, just right here. All right, Tom.
Yep.
Yeah, Tom. We'll spread out a little bit. I'll go we'll just go up to there. Very hesitant, but yeah, it seems like we're waiting for Tim, the prodigal son, and yeah, I'll just keep holding a sacred flame just in case for anything that's not Tim.
Sounds good. And it's around right here that I'm going to reveal the initiatives of our Zorn here. Because they're both going to act next. So let's start with Tim's Zorn, which you can now see the nameplate of where it's hiding.
Yep.
So the way that I did this last time, they sprung out with a readied single attack. So they do not get like a full surprise round where they get to use like all of their attacks at once. So this Zorn is going to pop out in front of you, Tim, as you're flying, and it is going to claw at you as you fly through the air with a 15. What is your AC, Tim?
Well, I'll shield that. I'll increase my AC to 20.
Okay.
Gonna remove a 1 level spell.
All right. We got a shield from Tim. Okay, meanwhile, the second Zorn is going to pop out. You can also see where a little bit of its nameplate and where it's hiding. So it's going to just sprint out here, and this is going to provoke 2 of these readied actions. 1 Sacred Flame and 1 Fire Bolt. Cam, was it?
Bolt!
The Fire Bolt flies wide, but the Sacred Flame does also not find its target.
Oh no.
So the Zorn will run forward 1 more step, provoking the final readied action from Tom.
Yep.
With that Warhammer, you said?
Yep.
Ooh, a 22 will hit.
Nice.
Yep.
For 7 damage. Nice. The Zorn will, I think it was charging at Tum, but getting hit from you, I think it's going to turn to face you. It's big. It considers you a bigger threat at the moment, and it will swing and miss with an 11. All right, so I'm going to cue our combat music, and the way that this works is when we start combat, we re-roll initiative. So can I have everyone re-roll? Ooh, good Zorn. All right, Tim, Tam, Tum, and Tom. Perfect. Okay, so let me take a look. I'm going to sort these a little differently, just for the sake of convenience for moving the camera around. Okay, so we will start with Tim up north. The Zorn has popped out and swung at you, Tim, but you have of your flight handy. Oh, you shielded. Okay, so you are not hit. Perfect.
Yep.
So Tim, you have a Zorn here, and you are all alone, blocked off from your companions. What do you do?
I'll disengage. That's
Okay.
my action.
Yeah.
And move 60 feet.
Okay. Wonderful. A sound strategy.
30 here.
Yep.
And 10 here.
Mm-hmm.
And 20.
Okay.
And that's it.
All right. You barrel roll away from the Zorn and wind your way through the caves, finding your way deep into the cavern. Ahead of you, you can see just around these corners, there is a door with some strange symbols on it. You can't quite make out what they are in the darkness here.
I also yell, "The plan didn't work!" And my turn.
Excellent. The Zorn down to the south will go next. They will use their multi-attack. They are going to focus you, Tom,
Okay.
with
Bring it on.
3 claw attacks. I'm going to be very careful to make sure I don't click the wrong things. Does a 23 hit?
Yep.
for 4 slashing damage.
Woo!
Natural 1 on that d6 plus 3. And then, Tom, it will also bite at you. A 13. Also not quite breaking through your defenses. And it is your turn. This fierce, ferocious beast with a singular eye stalk and a mouth at the top of its head, drooling ooze around its eye, has just broken through the stone, or walked through the stone.
Is this drooling ooze dripping down onto the floor?
Yes.
Okay, as I see that, I call out a possible wet floor hazard to the rest of my allies, and maybe suggest that we put up a sign later on. But now, question: is there some sort of flanking rules for 5th edition?
No, 5th edition does not have flanking. Well, I think there's optional flanking rules. I'm not invoking them.
Okay, sure. So in that case, but I still should probably move. If I move to this square, like I won't get any like penalties for like rough terrain or anything.
There is no rough terrain here.
Okay, sure. So I'll make some space and I'll move here, and I do believe I can make 2 attacks at the Zorn now with my hammer, because I have the extra attack, what is this, feat? Yep.
Yes, at certain levels, most martial classes get extra attacks.
Yeah, okay. Is that like 2 back-to-back, or is it like 2nd edition where it's at the end of the round?
So you do them at the same time. The only exception is if you can break up your movement in between your attacks, and you can switch targets.
Okay, gotcha. Thank you.
Yeah.
So, 19?
A 19 will hit.
Okay. Dealing 11 damage.
Oh, big damage. Nice.
Yep. And another one, 20.
Oh, wow. These are good rolls. Good thing you got all those
Another
rolls
11.
out of the way. Wow. Just clobbering this Zorn with 22 damage.
Yep. And as I end my round, I once again, just in case, because, measure twice, cut once sort of deal, once again shout out, wet floor ahead, watch out. And that's the end of my turn.
Tom is just like hammering away at this strange creature.
Good job, Tom. We really appreciate you coming to work today. Like, really bringing your all. That's what we like to see here.
Really have to earn that Employee of the Month,
Well, you'll earn it again. 30th month in a row. Firebolt at the Zord.
Miss. It just hits against its hard, rocky skin and just fizzles out.
Right. Then I will step here, and as a free action, I will jingle my hip laden with gold at the Zord, and then step back here.
Right. You just picked up like a ton of coin from your son.
Yeah, I'm carrying 63 gold plus a diamond.
Oh yeah, yes. Ooh, that's a very good point.
And I'm wearing chainmail, and I have a shield. I'm covered in metal.
Good to know. Tum.
Yeah, I think Tom was considering, breaking out some of Osha's true power, but seeing that she has already imbued Tom not just with the strength, but also with the keen perception to make sure that the wrongs of these dungeons are righted, I will just maintain my position. Maybe I'll sidestep over here. And yeah, I think I'll just point blank try and sacred flame him again.
Okay, the Zorn will make a dexterity saving throw to avoid your radiant flames. And they will miss, taking another 11 damage, this time radiant. Wow. 33 damage in one round. Woof.
Yeah, and that's my whole turn.
Okay. Next, we have some movement from the Zorn that I don't think can see here. Oh yeah, let's pop up to the north here. Tim, you are flying around the corner, and you just see a Zorn come crashing through the stone behind you, or maybe you hear it, and then you see it move right here, blocking your path. And that will be the end of that Zorn's turn. And that brings us to you. What do you do?
Is there any space to fly over it?
There is not. This is a tiny cavern.
How tall are the ceilings?
You could, let's see. I was going to say 10 feet. You could fly over it. You'll move into its, like, you'll have to pass through
Yep.
above it. Yeah. That's fine.
Yep. I'll disengage again.
Okay.
And 20 feet here.
Yep. Any additional movement? Oh, there you
30
go.
Here. Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm just,
you
I'm slow.
You fly past a treasure chest.
And my last stand here.
Okay. All right, that brings us to the Zorn that is just getting clobbered. Pointing out or shaking what you got, Tam. The Zorn its eye just keeps like darting over at you. Its mouth like making a weird like strange sloppy like sniffing sound. And it just is keeping an eye on you, but recognizes there are some pretty threatening enemies near it. So it is going to continue to focus Tom with its multi-attack. It is going to claw.
2 hits.
Go ahead and take 13 damage. And then it will bite at you as well. A 10. And that will make it your turn.
I took 13, right?
13, yeah. You can edit that on your character sheet, but if you also, like, you can click your token and then click that green dot and then just type in -13, enter. And that will work as well.
Okay. Okay, gotcha.
Nice.
And I guess same deal as last time, 2 attacks at it. 1.
Oh, it's...
It's 11 again.
Hold on. Okay, this is
What the
indeed a
god?
roll. It's just not a flat 11 damage that we have here. Very good, very good.
Okay. And second attack.
Yes. Oh my god.
Somebody want to do the statistical analysis on this?
That's wild. All right, another
And
7.
another 7.
At least they're rhymes.
Okay.
And that is it for my turn, I do believe. Nothing else
Wonderful.
favorably.
The ground is becoming even more of a slipping hazard as bodily fluids are now just being like gushed out of the Zorn onto the floor. Tam.
I start tapping my staff on the ground. It seems to be there's something. God damn it! I need to get this to the repair shop. My firebolt's not working. I'll end my turn.
Okay. Tum.
Don't worry, I'm sure Tom's got it, and I'll sidestep to here.
Mhm.
I will cast a first level Cure Wounds on Tom.
Sorry, which one? Which vowel?
Tom, right? Yeah.
Yes,
Paladin?
okay.
Yes. Okay. Did I click it? Okay. So, so Tom, you heal for 8, and with my order domain ability, a Voice of Authority. When I cast a spell on an ally, I can force them to use their reaction to make one weapon attack. So
I don't think
Tom,
you can force them, but you can
Well-
allow them to.
Okay, I will kindly accept the offered attack here.
Wonderful.
So I'll just make another normal attack.
Yes.
Yeah, just,
okay.
just one more.
So really cool. Hold on for a moment. This Voice of Authority. This is part of the order function or the order subclass of paladins.
Order domain.
Yeah, that's
of clerics.
or clerics. Excuse me.
Yeah.
Yes.
From Tasha's. Yeah.
That's really cool. Okay, the 23 will hit, dealing 12 damage. Okay, and Tom, what weapon are you wielding, if any?
I do have a just a mace.
Okay.
It's more for aesthetics than actual use, but I do have it.
Okay.
I do have it out.
All right. Anything else from you? The cure wounds was an action, I believe.
Yes. That's it.
Okay. The Zorn chasing after Tim will continue to do so, dashing to literally run through stone and track you down. Meanwhile, it is your turn, Tim.
All right, disengage again.
Okay.
25 feet there.
Mm-hmm.
25 feet here.
And more.
Nice of you to show up, Tim.
And this is my turn. Yep.
Okay. The Zorn is going to break away from Tum and Tom and run towards Tam. Tom,
Does provoke any attacks of opportunity?
Tom, you just used your reaction to attack the Zorn, so you cannot attack it again using a reaction that you don't have.
I do have the Warcaster feat.
Ooh.
Which means I can cast a spell as a reaction, as like an opportunity attack.
Yeah.
I'll just Sacred Flame him. I think, yeah, he seems pretty wounded.
Yes. The Zorn was not ready for this and will take 6 more damage. But the Zorn will close with Tam, who is just jingling so much good stuff in his pockets and pouch. And the Zorn will multi-attack you with 3 claw attacks, all missing, and finally a bite attack. Does a 16 hit?
No.
No, because you took level 1 fighter.
Yes,
You
my
have-
AC is 19.
Oh, you were a mistake. I should have gone after Tim.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All
Well, at the
right.
same time, I don't have any treasure on me, so
Yeah. Okay, Tom, the Zorn has broken away from you.
Okay, I'll take a step towards here and attack it twice. Or wait, hold on. I can just do 1 attack at a time, so I'll do that. 12 misses.
Yes.
Okay, the second one, 11 misses as well then. Okay,
Your good fortune has run out momentarily.
seems so. And I think that is all for my turn.
Tam.
I will. Shocking grasp. Yes, I will shocking grasp the Zord. I'll reach out and touch it, but then decide that it's really bitey and kind of dangerous looking. So maybe don't put your hand into the giant mouth after all. Maybe
Very
not a
good.
great idea.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
At least not with proper PPE.
Right? You know, there's going to need to be a whole bunch of safety precautions before we put our hand anywhere near sharp objects. You got to do the safety check of making sure your long hair isn't in there, so you don't want it to get caught and like wound in or swallowed somehow. Loose fabric, also not good to put near those sharp things. Anything you don't want to lose. Shouldn't be wearing like rings when you work with Zorn. It's really just, it's a safety hazard across the board.
The manual on working with Zorn is like this thick.
Mm-hmm.
The first volume is this thick.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anything else?
No, I'll end my turn.
I'll just sigh. I'll turn to Tim. I'll say, everything go okay? You getting here? Other than this place collapsing around us, and I'll I'm like looking over my shoulder and talking to Tim. While I'll just throw another sacred flame at the Zorn. Oh, not good damage.
Mm-mm. At least you hit occasionally.
And it will pass.
And then I will just step back to there.
Okay. Meanwhile, this Zorn is going to once again break through, like literally just like pushes through stone. Like it breaks through the wall. Like you all can see this, but the stone like immediately just kind of reforms behind it as if like it hasn't been displaced at all. It's very strange. And it will close with Tim, whose turn it is now.
all right, this time I'm not gonna disengage. I'm just going to move here. So
That will
can take it
provoke.
out.
Yep.
Yep.
and it will try and bite at you with a 20.
Yeah, that hits.
Take 11 piercing damage.
Ooh.
Yep.
And give
And,
me a Constitution saving throw to maintain concentration on fly, which you pass.
All right, minus 11. And I will firebolt the wounded Zorn.
Which one?
The Zorn that's been wounded, yeah, near
Yes.
Sam.
Okay. That will hit.
Nice.
And will kill the Zorn. What does your firebolt killing the Zorn look like?
I shoot it right in the eye, and the eye explodes.
Oh,
and,
fuck. Gross. I'm gonna roll to see if any gets on Tam there. It does not, but it gets quite
And
close.
I used 25 feet of movement. I didn't expect to keep my concentration, so I'll use my last movement to get here.
Ooh, very nice.
Nice.
All right, Tom, the son who you all are looking after has arrived, safe and sound, no worse for wear, and manages to kill the Zorn you all were fighting.
Okay.
Heal still.
And Tom will. Hold on. How did you do that dragging thing again to show movement?
Yeah, so if you click and hold with your left clicker,
Okay.
and then like kind of do placements with your by clicking with your right button.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh, whoa! Something went wrong. I left the game apparently.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
Oh.
It happens.
Alt F4. Oops.
Oh, I know what it is. I have mouse gestures on.
Yeah,
the
I
browser.
see.
Oh.
Yeah,
mm,
I should probably not do that. I'll just do it one square at a time.
That's fine.
Though, does my initiative still stay there in the turn order? Or...
Yeah, you're fine.
Okay, good. Everything's fine. Okay. Hold on. It's still loading in. Or am I just in the wrong spot?
Here, I'll drag you over to where we are. Can you see that now?
Oh, yeah. I can see it now. Yep. Okay. And carefully stepping around the puddle of Zorn fluids, I will make my way over here and take my 2 attacks at the last Zorn.
Okay.
Hold on, I need to open my character sheet again. Warhammer.
Doesn't quite deal
Yeah.
the damage.
Okay.
It's
Yeah,
its
and
tough
second
skin.
attack.
Also, just
Yep.
meets tough skin. The Zorn
Uh,
shrugs it off.
Yeah, Tom just kind of grumbles to himself about these creatures and the word hazard that they pose by just chewing through metal, and he's kind of hesitant to put his metal weapon near your mouths in case they try to munch on it. And that'll be my turn.
Tam, your son has just flown up next to you, muttering something about his KD ratio.
Good job with the Zorn, but really it's impolite to last hit something that wasn't yours. You know, Tom had been working on that all afternoon, and you came in at the very end and stole the kill. You know, a good team player encourages their allies, I say as I walk past him.
I'm the carry, Dad.
You distracted me from my firebolt, son. Now, what is this about carrying? Oh, right, I've got those items you wanted. Do you want them back? I say, using the rest of my movement and passing my turn.
Yeah, I'll take him back.
All right.
After the Zorns are gone, son. It's not a good time right now.
Tom.
Right. Everyone, please, we must maintain a healthy work environment. We can't be fighting each other already. I'll move up to here. I'll just get around him. And yeah, I think just sacred flaming him.
Okay.
I do that. That should work.
Another dexterity saving throw will be failed, and it will take 12 damage. Woof. 4 and an 8 on the 2d8. Very good.
That's my turn.
All right, and now the Zorn will just kind of look around at all the new creatures it has encountered, and it is going to attack Tom. It will multi-attack with 3 claws. A 20 will hit, most likely.
Yep. Will hit.
Or a whopping 4. And it will bite at you with its gnashing teeth, but the teeth will scratch against your shield, and it will not break through. Tim.
All right. I move here and firebolt it. Firebolt the sword.
Okay.
Stop flying around and firebolting
will
things.
not hit. We are using some cover rules. When you fire through an allied or just another creature's space, it gives a little bit of an AC bonus. So 19 will not
Even if
hit.
I'm flying, like I have like an angle now, but I'm not at the same level.
Ooh. So you're flying up to get a headshot.
Yeah, I assume I'll
Okay.
at least be.
That sounds like
above,
something
like,
a gamer would do.
Head level.
I'll bite. All right, roll damage. Oof.
Oh,
Okay.
this should also have +4 because of my dragon.
Ooh, yeah. Can you link
yeah.
that for us, please?
1 second.
Sure. That's right.
Elemental affinity.
You are a red dragon affinity. So you do additional damage when you cast fire spells. Wonderful. Okay. That brings us to Tom. A firebolt just like flies over your head and hits the Zorn right in the mouth.
Yeah, I kind of, without even looking back, shout over and say, Tam, get that kid of yours under control, please. These are in no way within regulation. And I will same old thing as always. Miss and hit.
Yes.
And 13.
Ooh, big damage from this group.
Yeah. And you know what? Just to avoid any future firebolts or anything, I'll move over here.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
And that's my turn.
You are swinging with a warhammer, and you have +2 because you have the dueling fighting style. Is that right?
Yeah, should be.
Right. So when you attack with a one-handed weapon and no other weapons in your hands, you do +2 damage.
Well, is a shield a weapon?
I don't believe so.
Okay, good.
Okay. All right. And that will bring us to Tam.
Says nothing. His son is showing up and killing everything, and I haven't even hit a single thing. So I'm gonna spend this whole round concentrating on my firebolt spell. And really, like, I can't let the kid 360 no scope while I, the well-experienced employee, can't even hit anything. So carefully lining up this next blast. Huzzah!
You hit.
See, when you take the time, you do a hell of a lot of damage. It's best not to fly around. You know, you don't want to be, they're going to call you derogatory things. Maybe like a zoomer or something if you're bumping around in the air like that.
Indeed. And that brings us to Tum.
Yeah, I think he's a little speechless, but impressed that, you know, now that we're all together, everyone's, at least in his eyes, is managing to pull their weight equally, and hoping maybe for once in his long career to get Employee of the Month, he'll try and get the kill on this one.
Ooh.
But he'll just do another Sacred Flame.
And what does your Sacred Flame look like?
I think it is almost like a flashlight. Like he holds out his holy symbol of OSHA, and there's just like a beam of scorching light that emanates from it.
And as the light emanates out, it just shines upon the Zorn, searing its skin, and it just lets out a shriek and collapses to the ground. Perhaps you may become Employee of the Month, Tum.
Got some competition, Tum.
Well, competition's always good. Makes you strive for even greater and greater heights. And I kind of pat the Tom on the back.
And I mean, I guess I still have my movement, so I'll stay here and just take a look at everyone else. You know, is everyone all right? If anyone, you know, needs some healing, come on over. But I mean, Tam, you didn't get a scratch on you.
Well, you know, been at this a long time.
Okay. But yeah, I'll stay there. If anybody needs healing, come on over.
All right. We can, if you all are going to be kind of moving around and casting some spells, we can kind of step out of the turn order a little bit.
I think
to
that's
kind
good.
of speed things along.
Yeah. And so,
Well, they cast
Tom,
spells.
I
Well,
zoom to Tom. Zoom.
Zoom, zoom.
I'll give you a level 1. Okay, so you heal for 7.
Okay,
Spend my time inspecting the
that's good enough for
infrastructure.
me.
anything for me?
Yeah, sure. I can give you another level 1. Oh, you also get 7.
Okay, that's probably good enough.
Okay.
All right, Tam. You're not a dwarf, are you? You don't get any special information about stone.
I'm a gnome. I think a rock gnome? I'm a rock gnome.
I think gnomes get some cool stuff around like magic items and things. Been a while since I've played with a gnome.
Have the proper nomenclature at hand.
Artificer's lore. You make history checks related to magic items, alchemical objects, or technological devices. So I don't think this would qualify.
Okay.
Yeah, this there's nothing particularly interesting about this stone. It's just a well-formed cave system that just happens to be next to a man-made structure. Very strange.
Okay.
But you can tell. What you can tell is that you are very deep underground. I think a rock gnome would have kind of a sense of elevation, and you are very deep. Like the air pressure, I think, is probably what gives that away. And just like the density of the stone.
Well, is everyone all healed up and ready to go?
I am fine.
Yeah.
I'm ready
Looks
to
like
move
it.
on.
Okay.
Well, let's take a stroll.
Yeah, you all can navigate around. We'll pass a couple turns as you make your way to.
Well.
treasure
Look at what
chest.
we have here. Now, proper dungeon etiquette indicates that 1 in 10 treasure chests are actually mimics. Tim, do you remember the lesson for how to detect a mimic from a regular treasure chest?
You shoot it.
Go ahead. I mean, that is the rookie method, and I suppose you are a rookie.
You strike the chest, leaving a scorch mark on the top.
Not good.
Well then, let's give it an open.
All right. One of you reaches out. Actually, tell me who is going for it.
Yes,
Tam.
Tam, right?
Tam, you flip open the chest. Inside, you find a bottle with red liquid bubbling. It is labeled as Potion of Healing in all capital letters.
Well labeled. This is exactly how things should be done. You see, kids, when you have a dungeon, you don't want to mislabel things. Sure, you might happen to trick some up-and-coming adventurer with a trap or whatnot. Might be able to hurt them. Could maybe use some decoys. But in reality, most of the time, you're just going to come across your own potions and not remember what they say. And I know, in theory, you can write them down, but things have a habit of getting shuffled, and you always want to know what you're dealing with, all right? So this here potion, I'm sure we can trust it. I'll just hold on to this for the time being, though.
Okay.
I'm gonna convert 5 sorcery points into a level 3 spell.
Ooh, okay. So you have spent 5 sorcery points.
To regain a spell slot.
Okay. Sorcerers have a number of sorcery points equal to their level that they can use on meta magic or to create new spell slots. So you have only 1 sorcery point left.
And can I convert like a second level spell into sorcery points now? Or
Yes, you can.
Okay, I'm gonna convert 1 into 2 sorcery points then.
Okay.
1 second level.
Yeah, I believe you only get just 2 points for it.
Yep.
Yeah.
You get the spell level when you break it.
Yes, exactly. Okay, so you have 3 sorcery points remaining now.
Yep.
All right. All right. Now that you all are near this door, you can see that it is a wood door with metal straps. It has a door handle, but the most distinguishing feature is that at the center of the door are 3 concentric circles made of runes that you cannot read and do not understand.
We're still in somewhat of free form, right?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, I actually just want to quickly go around this pillar and do an investigation check in case there's anything interesting.
There is nothing here besides the same old stone.
Sure.
Here you are with this strange door.
Y'all want me to go in first?
Hold on. Tim, did you notice anything along the other passageway that you flew through worth bringing up or mentioning?
I was not looking.
Oh my god.
I was running. I didn't expect it to come out of the wall.
That's why you gotta take your time with things. All right, everyone, we need to go make sure that Tim didn't miss anything up here. There could be all sorts
I'll
of
just
stuff.
zoom around fast.
Oh my god.
Tim zooms around for a couple rounds, explores the area, finds nothing but stone walls, stone ceiling, stone floor, and several stone pillars.
There is nothing bad.
Good. He's a good kid, guys. Just give him some time and some patience. He does good work. He's just a little twitchy. Okay.
Are you a Twitch streamer there?
I don't think Tim streams.
All right.
All right, Tom, lead the way.
All right. Yeah, I don't know if I can hold a spell as I open the door. Is that allowed, or I don't remember if there's specific door mechanic rules.
There are.
Oh, before we enter, I'll
yeah.
cast light on Tom's shield. The light cantrip.
On Tom's shield? Okay. Tom, you are now emanating light.
Yeah, and Tom actually mentions, hey, could I actually swap places with you, Tim? Since you're still flying anyway, could you hover above me or something? Yeah.
Yeah.
This way my aura.
So I'll be
hits
above him,
everybody.
but
That's fine.
yeah,
Okay.
the tokens.
But it's still within 10 feet of me, right? If it's hovering above.
Yeah, so Tim is going to be above Tom, you said?
Yeah.
That's totally fine.
Yeah.
Okay. So, Tom, I believe you said you were going to try and cast a spell while opening the door.
Well, I guess in a perfect world, I would have a sacred flame at the ready as I open the door, if that's allowed.
Mm-hmm. So you begin to manifest your sacred flame energy, ready to throw that beam of light that you described forward, and you go to reach for the door handle, and it is locked. But as you concentrate on the idea of moving through the door, you begin to see the runes illuminate a little bit, the inner circle. The rest of you do not see the light of the runes.
Okay.
But you find you cannot focus on both your magic and the door.
I gotcha. Okay. Yeah, I turn to the party and say, well, they've done one thing right. These are some pretty secure doors. You really gotta be focused, on what lies ahead. I mean, did you know that most workplace accidents occur because people fall down the stairs because they're not watching where they're going? So, kudos to whoever made these doors.
That's why you have to fly, not walk.
But might not these doors be too secure in case of a fire hazard? If you need to open one quickly? Might need to mark some points down for that.
Mm-hmm,
That's true. Something to consider. I've not come across this door before. Must be why you're always employee of the month. Yeah, Tom will focus on the door and will make his way in.
All right. You spend several seconds like focusing on like the idea of moving through the door, like pushing through the door, and that first circle of runes, the center circle, or I guess the innermost circle, begins to light up and grows to full brightness before the second circle starts to illuminate. But none of you can see these runes glowing. So let's. That was Tum. That brings us to Tim.
I'll also touch the door.
You touch
Can
the. Mm-hmm.
Can
Yeah.
I?
Yeah, you kind of lean in over Tum or around Tum. I guess you're flying, so you could like float above and kind of reach down with your foot or your hand and touch the door, and you see these runes beginning to glow on the innermost circle.
You got to all touch it, guys.
On my turn, I lean in and touch it.
Yeah, same for me.
All right. As you all lean in and touch it, that first ring glows, and then on the next round, about 6 seconds later, the second ring begins to glow, and you all continue to press and touch the door and focus on going through it. The third ring glows, and upon completing the third round, assuming nobody lets go or stops concentrating on moving through the door, you all will move through the door. And we'll see what you find on the other side of the door on the other side of our break. We'll be right back.